When Jerry Grandey was just a young boy, his mother had to send him back to the Long Beach, California YMCA 5 times before he managed to pass his basic swimming course.
I met Jerry many years ago when he joined the Saskatoon Triathlon Club. I'd been a member of the club for many years, and this new Jerry shows up. And so we have trained together for many years and become very good friends. I know personally that he is in the pool or at the gym by 6 a.m. every weekday, a little later on weekends, rarely misses a swim if he's in town. When he first showed up at the pool, he just introduced himself as Jerry, and we had no idea that he was Jerry Grandey from Cameco. And it was many months. He was just one of the kids at the pool.
The fact that he's a superb master swimmer and triathlete today says much of what he learned from his boyhood experience, lessons which went far beyond the swimming pool and led him to Saskatoon and leadership of one of the largest uranium mining companies in the world.
He worked on the campaign for a couple years for us, and he was relentless with his donors and his asks out there in the community. And I think he was because he really had a genuine compassion for an interest in what the organization was doing with our expansion project. He really believed in it. And you could tell that, you know, when we would travel to North Battleford or Regina or wherever we would go for our capital campaign visits, when he stood up at the microphone to talk, people listened because he spoke with such great enthusiasm and compassion for what it is he was talking about.
Jerry understands that success comes through determination and clarity of purpose. Just as importantly, he has served as a mentor, both by example and by his willingness to share his experience and knowledge with others.
I sure looked out to the business community at those stable pillars that I might be able to seek some guidance from, and he was one of the first. And he received me very warmly and very instantly. And so for someone in his position, I always was impressed by that. That certainly left an impression on me, and it's something that I've continued to do with anyone that calls. I've treated them the same way he treated me, as I take the invitation and meet with the person.
Jerry is internationally known for his exceptional contribution to mining and the nuclear industry. He was inducted into the Canadian Mining Hall of Fame in 2013, was nominated for the 2011 Oslo Business for Peace Award for his efforts to facilitate nuclear disarmament, and last year he received the U.S. Nuclear Energy Institute's William S. Lee Award for leadership. These are all coveted honors you would never learn about Jerry just by talking to him.
Well, I think for me, Jerry Grandey is just always a genuine, compassionate, real individual. You know, it doesn't matter whether he was coming to the house for a meeting with the capital campaign team, or whether he was, you'd meet him on the street, or you'd see him at a gala function in the community. He was always a guy that would talk to you and just be genuine with you. He's a real guy.
What you would immediately sense, though, would be his ability to connect with people and his eagerness to make a difference not just on the world stage, but also within his community.
There are many attributes that he brings that I prize, but in particular, there's a few that stand out. I would say one of them would be his curiosity. He is alive with curiosity. And you would think with a person of his experience, he could afford to let that lie fallow a bit, but it still seems to drive him. Along with that, I would say his incredible clarity. And I mean that at a number of levels. Whether we're looking at 30,000 feet onto a problem from a strategic point of view, or whether we're drilling down to something that's very personal. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have experience in the exact issue, he has clarity in assessing and analyzing, and that's invaluable. Finally, I would say he cares. And I guess in the end, that's the most important thing, and that's the thing that probably drives him the most.
Very grateful as a citizen of Saskatoon, as a citizen of the province of Saskatchewan, for the leadership that he's shown in so many levels. That level of transparency, willingness to share what's going on in his life or what's going on in the business is just, it's to be admired.
I was really worried that we might lose Jerry after he retired from Cameco. I thought with his kids being in the States that he would probably get lured away and be back in the States. And so I was anxious and I asked him about it, and he reassured me that Saskatoon was his home and he wasn't finished what he had to do here and that he had no intention of leaving us. And I just think as a community we're very blessed to have him still here with us.
Junior Achievement of Saskatchewan is proud to honor our 2015 Business Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Jerry Grandey.